Y'all, this is Tate. We're gonna do a little bit of work today. It's still very muddy here. We've had a lot of storms, really bad weather, but we're gonna do a little bit of work here. He's come quite a long way, so we'll see where we get. So when I ask my horses for a hind quarter yield, I like to see a march in the front foot of the same correlation. So that's what I'm looking for here, and we're building. He's at a point now where I can ask for more than one step. Slowly but surely, this horse is becoming a love bug. It was a journey. He was not easy. So same thing when I ask for a 4/4 yield here. He can give me more than one step. We're starting to build, and he's picking it up and doing very well. Just going to ask for a little flexion here, having him flex the pole. He's doing nicely with that. He's very responsive once he figures something out. So again, I've done a lot of desensitization with this horse, so he's okay with me tossing things over him. I might do another video on some of that later. We'll work a little bit on flexion. He's really starting to figure it out and do so well. And then I call this mounting shenanigans. I just do a lot of shenanigans with my horses because they have to get used to me doing all kinds of weird wonky things around them. Really will help us later in the long run there. So here I'm going to ask him for an indirect back. And he is so soft on that. That's actually one of the first things that I teach. So I really enjoy it when my horses are just super soft on things like this. So we'll move on to a little bit of driving, or lunging as some people call it. And I'm going to put some pressure on the shoulder, get him to move the shoulder over, and then focus on the drive line to keep the impulsion. He's really bad about wanting to take one turn and stop, so I really have to watch him and make sure that I pretend that I'm putting the pressure where my quote-unquote leg would be. My goal when working with my horses is to have my cues just become softer and softer as we transition on, and he's really starting to pick up on face up. I'm very subtle in my cues. So here we're going to start working a little bit as far as transitions, and I asked for a canter transition for the first time today. Good. Let's work on a little bit of transitions. Come on. Come on. Trot. Trot. Good. Yes. This way. Yes. Come on. Trot. Good. This is our sticky side, so you're a left-hander. Come on. There you go. Good. So I grab my flag. Sometimes he gets a little sticky with trying to move forward, which is totally understandable. I haven't known one young horse that doesn't yet. So we'll start using that because it's a good tool to be able to use anyway. And then we will start building up to work the canter. I had to work on a little bit of getting that shoulder to move over. Push past it. Good. Yes. Yeah, good job. Good. All right. Come on. Come on. Yep. Carl. So the biggest thing with doing this is I'm just looking for a few steps of canter. Yeah, he's going to pull a little bit there, but we'll refine it and we'll work down on it. The goal was to just get a few steps of canter and then give him the release, and that's what we did.
Good boy. Good boy.
So we're going to work the other side now and have him move out. He's figuring it out. Hey, he's so stinking cute. And I do have Merle out for a reason, because there are a lot of times where I put Merle up, but there are also times where I want him to be out here so he can be doing silly stuff like this so my horses get used to it, because some days he is out here and they just have to get over it. It's a training tool at the end of the day. The last thing that we're going to end on, just so we're not ending on a high note, as in high hyped up, is I'm going to do some lateral backwards motion. I just started working with him this week, and I'm just looking for each back leg to kind of break loose and just kind of starting to back circles so he doesn't always have to back straight. This will really help as we start getting ready to get him under saddle, which he's got a while. He's still very much of a baby.